Tonight we are taking the famous Caledonian Sleeper train almost 500 miles from Inverness, Scotland to London, England. This is our first time ever taking a sleeper train, so we are very excited to see what all the hype is about, and most importantly, see how good of a night's sleep we can get on a moving train. So it is time to board. Let's go.
For the shower, this is the disabled, accessible one. I think that should do nicely. Really nice to have that shower. I obviously needed it having run a marathon just now, but yeah, just being able to not have to worry about the shower on the train, it's a nice touch. Also, convenient little changing table. For me, it was putting all my clothes that I was wearing before and after the shower. It's okay.
It's narrow. Nice.
It's pretty small. This is a wide-angle lens.
Let's start with a room tour. It is a very small room. This is the Club Twin. There's also another configuration that has a full bed. That was more expensive, so I went with this one. As you can see, we have bunk beds. This top one doesn't look like it has much of a lip on it to keep you from falling out, so that should be interesting. And then on each bed we have 2 pillows and bedding, and then they also have given us a few gifts. So first of all, we have a little amenity kit with earplugs and an eye mask for each of us. They have the in-room dining menu for dinner. And then this breakfast menu that we're supposed to fill out and leave on our door for breakfast tomorrow morning. It looks like they've given us each a little milk chocolate bar from one of my favorite Scottish brands, Mackie's. I don't just love it because it rhymes with Jackie, but that is a big part of it. It's also some really good dairy products. I really love their ice cream. And then it looks like they're doing a prize sweepstakes with Mackie's to win a year's supply of ice cream and a round trip ticket for 2 on the Caledonian Sleeper. So maybe we'll get to come back. We'll see. And this is just trying to sell you souvenirs. I think that's everything in here. Oh, and then they gave us each a little baby bottle of water, which is perfect because you're not supposed to drink the tap water that comes out of trains and airplanes. Even if the water is safe in the country, don't drink out of it. I think we're gonna skip dinner. We did eat at around 5:30, and it's currently 8:15. So not really starving by any means. So probably won't get dinner, but we'll show you around the train and show you the club car. They do have drinks if you wanted to get a drink or anything like that in the club car. Ciders, beers, wines, all sorts of things.
I'm gonna pass out.
Okay, so above the bed we have a little control panel, starting with the air conditioner. It looks like this is. It's already set all the way to cold. That's perfect for me. Then we have a USB-A outlet. I'm not even sure what this is. It probably is sound. I bet it changes how loud the announcements are. And it doesn't really seem to want to rotate at all. Oh, just kidding. It's a dimmer. It's a dimmer. Well, we figured that one out. Let's see what this light does. Oh, that one just turns out the lights in the cabin. And then this one is the overhead light for like a reading light for this bed. On the other side here, we have 2 outlets, 2 more USB-A outlets, a window light, ooh, and a host call button that I will not press so that nobody comes. And then there's a little shelf here that says place your electronics here while charging, so you hope that they reach from here to here. I guess you could also probably set them over here if you had to.
But they don't want you to do that.
It's not the best setup if your cords are short. Up on the top bunk, similar control panel, slightly less buttons. We have a reading light. We have a light to control the whole cabin, a USB-A outlet, a device shelf. I don't know what this does. Maybe this is the volume, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna kind of leave it where it was. And then on the other side, there's another one of these. Maybe it has to do with when you change the bed from, because I believe that this can come down. If there was like only one person sleeping here, it wouldn't be bunk beds, so maybe that's...
I think it's structurally important in holding the train together.
I won't touch it, how about that?
Okay.
The door does have a deadbolt for your safety. Got a couple of coat hanger type things over here. Another couple here, a do not disturb sign. 2 hangers if you want to hang your jackets up. We'll probably do that when we're more settled in. And coming over to this side, we have a tiny little sink, and they gave us some soap. The brand is Erin, which is actually the same brand that our 5-star hotel in Inverness had. So if that tells you anything, I think it's good soap. And then we have some towels down here, a little trash can, a mirror. That's, you know, emergency stuff. And then we have the bathroom. So this is actually a wet bath, which means that you can shower in here, though I don't need a shower, and Thomas took a shower in the Caledonian Sleeper lounge outside of the train station, so we don't need to use this as a wet bath, which is great. We can keep it dry. But if you wanted to shower, you could. So to get to the toilet, though, you just lift this handle, and now you have the toilet, and there's toilet paper. These are the towels they give you. The bathroom does have conditioning shampoo and shower gel, so you pretty much have everything you need to be able to take a shower if you wanted to. Here's a closer look at the toilet, super exciting. And you just lower it, and then there's a button to press to flush. So that's pretty much the whole room. It is pretty small, but kind of has everything you need for, you know, what, 10, 12 hours on the train? Much better than sitting upright.
I think just the shower of the, granted it was the disabled accessible one, but like just that shower is about the size of this whole room.
The shower in the lounge?
Yeah. This room's probably a little bit bigger, but it's close.
But how much more do you need?
No, I mean, I am happy to just crawl into bed and pass out. But like, that seems against the spirit of the train.
I feel like we should at least explore the train.
Let's explore it.
It's not even 8:30. We are officially moving and on our way to London. The views are not going to be that exciting given that it is after dark. Okay, now we're going to take you on a little tour of the train itself. However, most of the cars look exactly the same. So we're about in the middle right now, and our car called M. It goes all the way to H in the very back, and we will go forward from here. But these are all sleeping cars, so they all are going to look pretty much exactly the same. The interiors of the sleeping rooms might be different between the different variations they have, but we can't show you those because people are on them. So let's go. So each car has a bathroom down at the end because some of the rooms are classic rooms, which means that they don't have ensuite bathrooms. The club rooms do. It's like being on a boat that's rocking. You gotta have one hand for the moving the boat or the train and one hand for yourself as much as you can.
Strong muscles that your legs to balance.
Yeah, it helps if you haven't just run a marathon like Thomas.
Oh gosh. It's like I'm trying to balance on a washing machine.
So a couple more things. One, I noticed that the breakfast menu was slightly different for the classic rooms. I'm not exactly sure how, I didn't take a look, but they are blue instead of brown, so they're probably different somehow. And secondly, they do have Wi-Fi on the train. I haven't really used it yet, but my phone did have no issue connecting. Whoop. They do have a ADA compliant bathroom as well. There's nobody in this room, so we can take a little peek.
It's a little bigger.
Okay, next up we have the club car. I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna find. Looks like some dining options as well as just like some lounge.
Seating too.
Yeah, just some general seating. Definitely a bit busy in there. There were really no open tables for us at all if we wanted to sit down. Here we have the very last car on the train, car H. It is the seated car, so everyone here is seated in regular train seats for the night. It's also where our luggage is being stored, our suitcase that was too big to fit underneath the bed. Okay, we are back in our room, and I will say I am really glad after seeing the layout of the train that we have our own private bathroom. I think that just makes the experience much more comfortable for us, especially if you have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. You don't have to go all the way down the hallway, run into strangers, any of that. So for me, this was worth the price. Also, speaking of the price, we should probably tell you how much we paid. So this cost us £350 for both of us total, and we booked this in May. It is currently the end of September. So what's that? 4 months in advance approximately. So I do, pricing might vary depending on how far out you book. Now that we've gotten up to full speed, it is definitely pretty rocky on here. Like, I mean, normal for a train, but trying to think of it in terms of trying to sleep, I do think that it is pretty equivalent to turbulence if it was like pretty constant turbulence on an airplane. So maybe be the fact that it's kind of the same all the time will make it easier to sleep. However, I personally sleep really poorly on airplanes with turbulence, so it's a toss-up what could happen. So fingers crossed that we will sleep well. Thomas has to go straight into the office tomorrow, so he especially needs it.
Keep in mind that I did just run a marathon, so I'm pretty sure I'm tired enough that I could sleep through anything. So really, you want to pay attention to how well she sleeps. I'm not a reasonable barometer.
Okay, it is like 9:30, but we are going to sign off for the night since our breakfast comes at 6:45 and Thomas is wiped.
Yeah. Let me sleep, please.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, that was quite a way to wake up. The fire alarm just went off at like 6:25, like 5 minutes before our alarm was gonna go off, but definitely a much ruder awakening. And I had just gotten my socks on to get out and do the emergency procedure of leaving our room, basically. And then it stopped. So I guess we're fine. But rude awakening.
It doesn't seem like an intended wake-up call.
No, it did not seem intentional at all.
Alright.
And there were no announcements. Like, they didn't announce fire or anything like that. Oh, how did you sleep?
Well, I had two problems, and neither one was the train's fault. One was my knee hurts, and I suppose it's partly the train's fault because it's a small bed and harder to get comfortable. The other was violent hiccups. Definitely not the train's fault.
I heard you going to bed with violent hiccups through my earplugs.
So aside from that, how did you sleep?
I didn't sleep as well as I would have liked, but not terrible. My biggest problem was it took me a really long time to get comfortable enough to fall asleep, both like in the bed itself, but also with the rocking. And then I had the added thing of there were certain like ways. If I was facing away from the edge, I felt like I was going to roll back and fall over the edge. So I had to face out, you know, towards the edge of the bed. And so that just kind of limited my options.
That sounds about right. Just a little bit restricting.
Just a little bit restricting, and definitely the rocking is not uniform. As you switch tracks, it changes, and you know, as the train is coming to stops at different stations, so you're coming to a full stop and then you're going again. You're taking turns, curves, so like there's a lot going on in a way that like I've never really experienced trying to sleep.
I didn't really notice any of that.
Oh, I noticed all of it. Okay. But now it is currently 6:35 and breakfast should be arriving in about 10 minutes. So I did notice we don't have any table in here, so we just have to eat breakfast in our laps, I guess.
Interesting. Yeah. I will say, I think rather sleep on a train than on a plane, even in like a lay flat seat.
Interesting. Overall, I'm functional today, like for sure. Like I got enough sleep to have a fine day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I think we got to give the train like pretty good. 6 out of 10. Is that about right?
I would say, yeah,
that's
fair.
In terms of sleep.
Very hot water there. By your coffee and your tea.
Okay, thank you very much. So this was very hot water, so be careful.
Breakfast is served.
Breakfast is in fact served.
How adorably Scottish. A wee coffee company, the wee tea company. I love it. They just gave us some hot water to put the coffee and tea bags in. The no table thing is becoming a slight problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. No cup holders.
No cup holders, no table.
Here's what we're doing for breakfast. What is this? That is my salmon bagel thing. Kind of like an English muffin with a hole cut out of the middle. That tracks for England, honestly. Bagels is not your forte here. All butter croissant. I believe that's you.
Yeah, but I can't eat it, so.
True.
My gluten intolerant body would be very sad.
Here is some yogurt with granola that I didn't take out.
Well, no, the granola is separate though, so I can eat this.
No, that's true. We got some fruit.
That's for me.
And some strawberry jam. And some cutlery. That's it. It's our breakfast. Oh, no, we got more. Butter, cream cheese.
Simple, but it works.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also this oat bar that came with each of our beverages.
Good salmon.
Yeah, this is very precarious with no table on a shaky train. Especially this yogurt's very soupy. And we've just arrived at London Euston, which means it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Current time,
Sleepy.
7:45.
Okay. That too.
And we still have a suitcase in the other car, so we have to go make sure we get that before we disembark.
Oh.
Made it to London. Oh, he's so limpy from the marathon. I'm very glad we did not have to sleep upright all night like some people. Wouldn't be so fun.
So what's the verdict?
I think the verdict is that A, this was fun as like a unique novel experience. I'm certainly glad we've tried it. And B, it was also necessary because yesterday coming back from Inverness, the latest flight home was from like 4 p.m. and that wasn't going to work for us since the marathon didn't finish until around 2 or 2:30. And so the sleeper train actually was the perfect solution. I would definitely take it again in a scenario like this where it's really the best way to get from point A to point B. But I'd probably prioritize flying in general, and also flying is cheaper generally. Like, it was cheaper to fly from London to Inverness than it was to take the sleeper train back.
Yeah, I mean, when you factor in that this would have saved us a hotel night at a time when there was very, very high demand in Inverness,
That's very true.
that kind of pays for a lot of this.
Absolutely. So yeah, it was fun. It was definitely not like as luxurious as say like a Belmont train or anything like that I've seen online.
Yeah.
So like, it's practical first and foremost, and I think that's important to keep in mind. It's not luxury first, it's practicality first, and the luxury is that you get to lay flat. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. This is a light that I may never see again.